Imagine a life where you are a ghost in your own machine. You wake up, and the world is already waiting to wound you. A notification on your phone, a sharp word from a stranger, a minor delay in traffic. Each one is a spark, and you are a field of dry grass ready to burn. The clock ticks, but you cannot find the stillness. You believe you are responding to the world, but in reality, you are being consumed by it. This is the first stage of the diagnosis. You have surrendered your throne. You are a puppet, and the world holds every string. When someone insults you, they pull a string, and you dance with anger. When someone ignores you, they pull a string, and you dance with insecurity. When the future looks uncertain, the strings jerk, and you dance with anxiety. You are a masterpiece of biological engineering, yet you function like a toy in the hands of a chaotic child. There is no center. There is only the reaction. The pain of reactivity is a quiet, eroding force. It is the exhaustion that settles in your bones at the end of a day where nothing physically demanding happened. Yet you are spent. It is a slow poison. You are tired because you have been at war with ghosts. You have spent your vital energy fighting shadows that exist only in the space between an event and your judgment of it. Your mind is a storm-tossed sea, and you are drowning in your own waves. We live in an age of constant stimulation, a relentless barrage of triggers designed to bypass your reason and strike directly at your nerves. You have become a raw nerve exposed to the elements. Every breeze feels like a hurricane. Every shadow looks like a monster. This hypersensitivity is not a gift, it is a cage. It is the bars of a prison you built with your own impulses. You are trapped in the immediate, unable to see the horizon. Think of the relationships you have burned. Think of the words you can never take back. Think of the hours lost to ruminating on things you cannot change. You are a leaf in a storm. This is the cost of being a reactive soul. You are a victim of your own chemistry, a slave to the adrenaline and cortisol that flood your system every time the world doesn't go your way. You are a king who has abdicated his power to the whims of the weather. The Stoics looked at this condition and saw it for what it truly is, a form of voluntary madness. To be reactive is to give away the only thing you truly own, your inner peace. You have traded your sanctuary for a battlefield. You have traded your silence for a scream. You are looking for stability in a world that is inherently unstable, and you are punishing yourself for the world's refusal to be still. It is a tragedy of the highest order. Now look at yourself in the mirror of your mind. See the cracks. See the weariness in your eyes. This is the diagnosis. You are not free. You are a reaction. You are a consequence of external causes. Until you realize that your suffering is not caused by what happens, but by how you vibrate in response to it, you will remain a prisoner. This is the truth. You are the architect of your own agony. The key is within reach, yet you refuse to grab it. The door is locked from the inside. To understand the silence of the Stoic, we must travel back to the painted porch of Athens, 300 years before the Common Era. Zeno of Citium stood amidst the marble, stripped of his wealth by the sea. He realized that the waves could take his cargo, but they could not take his composure. This was the birth of a revolution not of steel, but of the psyche. They found a path through the dark. The Stoics did not view the mind as a furnace of feeling. They viewed it as a citadel, a fortress under siege by the chaos of the external world. To them, an emotion was not a command. It was a report, a piece of intelligence brought to the gates by a scout, a report to be scrutinized. Think of Epictetus, a man born into the shackles of slavery. His master could break his leg, but his master could not break his will. Epictetus taught that we are disturbed not by things, but by the views we take of them. He looked at anger, fear, and grief not as parts of his soul, but as external objects. He treated them like a physician treats a wound, with cold, clinical detachment. Then looked to the throne of Rome. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man on earth, surrounded by the rot of plague and the shadows of betrayal. In his private journals, he spoke to himself as a commander speaks to a soldier. He saw the purple robes of an emperor as nothing more than sheep's wool dyed with the blood of a shellfish. He stripped the world of its glamour to see the raw data beneath. For the Stoics, the first movement of an emotion was inevitable. They called these propathia, the involuntary spark, the sudden chill of fear, the flash of heat in rage. But they believed that between the spark and the flame, there is a space, a narrow, obsidian hallway where the mind decides whether to give consent. They viewed an impression of fantasia as a candidate for truth. When a person insults you, the Stoic does not feel insulted. They observe the data point this person has uttered a sound. The judgment that the sound is bad or hurtful is an internal addition. It is a choice. They were the first great psychologists of the void. They understood that the world is a chaotic sequence of atoms and events. We are the ones who weave the tapestry of suffering by reacting to things we do not control. To react is to become a slave to the external. To observe is to remain a master of the internal. This history is written in the blood of martyrs and the ink of emperors. It is a legacy of radical indifference to the trivial. They practiced the art of the objective gaze. They looked at the tempest and saw only wind and water. They looked at death and saw only a return to the elements. They taught us that the mind is the only thing we truly own. Everything else, our bodies, our reputations, our wealth, is preferred indifference. They are loans from the universe that can be recalled at any moment. By treating emotions as external data, the Stoics built a bridge over the abyss of human suffering. They did not seek to kill their feelings. They sought to transcend them. They transformed the scream of the soul into the silence of the sage. This is the history of the unshakable mind, a lineage of ghosts who refuse to be moved by the world today. The world is a theater of shadows, and you have been its most exhausted actor. You have bled for their dramas. You have burned for their petty wars. But the fire ends here. The cure is not found in the heat of battle, but in the cold, silent depths of the earth. It is called the gray rock. To practice, this is to perform the ultimate act of Stoic rebellion. You must become as unremarkable as a pebble on a vast, desolate shore. You are there, but you are invisible. You are solid, but you are silent. You are present, but you provide nothing for the hungry ghosts of chaos to feed upon now. When the provocateur arrives, they bring a hook, baited with insult and ego. They are fishing for a reaction. They need your anger to feel powerful. They need your tears to feel alive. The gray rock method is the art of giving them nothing but the void. You are no longer a person to them. You are an obstacle of stone. When they demand your energy, give them monosyllables. A nod, a yes, a no, a perhaps. Do not explain. Do not defend. Do not justify. Explanations are a gift of your internal life, and these predators have lost the right to enter your sanctuary. By withholding your complexity, you protect your peace. You are the fortress, and the gates now close. This is not a mask of weakness. It is a shroud of absolute strength. Inside, your mind remains a clear, still lake. Outside, the surface is frozen and opaque. Let them scream at the ice. Let them strike the stone until their hands are bruised. You remain untouched. You are practicing the Stoic virtue of indifference in its highest form. The predator thrives on the electricity of your nerves. They want to see the spark in your eyes when they hurt you. By becoming the gray rock, you cut the wire. You starve the beast by denying it the only currency it values, your emotional engagement. When there is no heat, the fire eventually dies out and fades into nothing. But beware the danger of the void. To become the rock is a temporary necessity, a tactical retreat into the citadel of the self. Do not let the cold seep into your marrow forever. Keep your inner fire burning for those who deserve its warmth, but keep it hidden behind the granite walls when the hungry wolves howl. This is the discipline of the soul. It is the realization that your attention is your most sacred resource. To give it away to those who seek to destroy you is a form of spiritual suicide. To withhold it is an act of divine preservation. You are not being cruel, you are being tectonic. You move like ancient mountains. The storm will howl. The rain will lash against you. The world will try to shatter your composure with 1,000 tiny hammers. Stand still. Breathe the cold air of detachment. Look at the chaos not with fear, but with the clinical observation of a statue. You are the gray rock. You are the only cure for this world. And in that silence, you will finally hear the voice of your own reason again. The theater is empty. The play is over. You have won by refusing to play the part they wrote for you. You are free. Now walk away into the dark where they cannot follow you. You are the master of your own stillness. You are the rock. You are the absolute final end.